Hello, 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 Sagittarius. How you guys doing? My name is Patti, and I'm here to do your intuitive tarot for September 13th through the 19th. We're getting ready for a full moon, guys. Full moon on the 20th. So you're going to feel some of those energies. For those of you that are brand new, I do mix astrology, numerology, and intuitive tarot, which is divine guided, together. We have a lot of energies around the planets of communication. So if communication has been having a problem, and that could be also your computers, your laptops, your phones, and everything too, having glitches, that is thanks to Mercury getting ready to go into a retrograde on the 26th. So, but new moon energies are going to be there through the rest of the month. And so you want to go to watch the new moon video because those I talk about the planets and what's going on with communication and everything. And if it comes up in your reading, we'll talk about it. If not, you have to watch the video. All right. The only other announcement I have is I'm seriously thinking about doing a 2-hour Q&A, not only for just tarot, but anything you have a question about. If you want to learn how to tarot, a question about tarot, different kinds of tarot, if you have anything as far as spirituality questions, you dating questions for coaching, I'll talk about coaching. Definitely we'll talk about coaching. Any kind of coaching. If you go to my website, you'll see all the different coachings. Make your list, ask your questions, and I might give away either a free coaching lesson or a couple free tarot lessons. So if I get 1,000 subscribers by the end of November 31st, I think it's 31st. Is it November 31st? Anyway, by the end of November. So ask your friends to join, ask people to join, and we will give you some free coaching or free tarot. All right, it's personal, so they will be on Skype or something like that. So let's go ahead and get going, guys. So I'm going to be doing are you kidding me? Divine has been really picking the same cards over and over and over again. You saw me shuffling like crazy. I just had this for Leos. But also, too, the third eye is really popping up a lot. Definitely crazy, crazy times. This is definitely the planets also, too, really mixing their energies into this. So we're going to do your current past. I don't normally do that, but the vibrations have been really low lately in the last month. And I'm like, okay, who's stuck and why? And what are they stuck on? So we need to sort of figure out, because a lot of the times that we're stuck is things from our past. Now, I'm not going to go way back. If you want me to do a reading and we do that, we'll do that on the end of the month if you want a free reading. And I'll definitely take I'll figure out how I'm going to do that so that you guys can get a free reading or coaching session, couple of them. All right, but definitely really pay attention to things that are going. Just major lightheaded. Something just went through me. All right. Anyway, let's get going. But the past is part of why we make the poor choices, decisions, or uncertain, or not sure, or didn't learn how to do these kind of things, that kind of stuff. All right. So, storyteller. Storyteller is definitely, and I just read this for Leo. So it's about learning about yourself, looking in the mirror, learning about yourself, your weakness, your strengths, things that you maybe need to change, things that you look at, and then you go talk to other people and share your story and see just how strong of a person, how where your values are, where things that we got to work on, that kind of a stuff. And you listen to other people's stories as well. And while we do that, we learn a lot about ourselves. So this is about a time about learning about yourself. Definitely Mercury, Mars, and Pluto energy going on here. We want to be talking to ourselves, learning, but I did this. Why did I do it this way? Why did I make that decision or choice? Why did I, whatever. And the thing is, when you ask yourself those questions, you begin to allow divine to work in yourself and show you, well, you did it because, that a lot of our decisions and our choices in our life and our problems and our challenges are because of the choices we make and do to ourselves. All right. So, definitely your past has been a little bit unstable for some of you. And again, that's towards, again, looking at yourself in the mirror, asking the tough questions, making sure that you understand why you're doing what you're doing, when you're doing it, and who you're doing it with. Okay. Your current energy is the number 7. That is not the number 4 is actually a stable number, but it is also a number that is about growing your boundaries. So there's might be some boundary issues in somebody's past as well. Yeah, think. All right, and then we have the number 7, the magical map shifter. Again, these are about your choices and your decisions, and what am I going to do, and why am I going to do it, and how am I going to make these decisions? And don't do them blindfolded. Actually, do them with some analysis to it, to why you're doing it. Because and if you're doing it for a worldly purpose, or you're doing it for spiritual, because I go to divine for all my decisions. And I don't do anything until I hear something or get a confirmation or acknowledgement or whatever it is. Okay. And your future energy is the number 5, riding the waves, because somebody likes to have control of everything. Or maybe not everything, but things that you need to release control of. And that's riding the waves. It's the number 5 because it's very uncomfortable for somebody to release control. Okay. All right. So let's see where your reading is going to go, Sagittarians. And I'm going to go ahead and do the spread. And while I do that, please don't forget to smash that like button. I appreciate it. Really huge. And if you are new and you enjoy this, and you've hit the smash the like button, please hit the subscribe. I appreciate it. Get to those 1,000 so that I can give away some free coaching or tarot lessons or sessions. Put it that way. Be glad to do that, especially for somebody who's going through some things. All right, here we go. Aha. Okay. So let me look at the numerology real quick. One arcana out of this whole thing. Interesting. So there's a lot. When I look at the arcanas, there's different kinds of arcanas, and I can go into that again, if we get these subscribers. But the thing is that if you have a lot of major arcanas, this is something really important to it's in the forefront. You need to pay attention, like right now, kind of a thing. Your first card out is the Emperor. Okay. And that is definitely wisdom. The Emperor is more of knowledge. He is a major arcana, but he is more of the earthly knowledge, not so much spiritual knowledge. He is looking at things of the earth and things that work of the earth, and he's extremely wise in that sense. I don't like to use the word wise, but he's extremely knowledgeable. But he is very much an authoritative or guru or somebody, a master of something. And this is definitely when we got to look at authority. Okay, we're talking about looking in the mirror, looking at ourselves, looking at the depth of ourselves, where we can better ourselves, what we can do to make things, and just why the decisions that we're making. Okay, so this is a person who has that authority, the person who's been there, done that. And so when you share your story, then you actually feel like, oh, they've been there, so I don't feel so alone. Okay, this is Mercury Pluto energy. This is Mercury Mars energy. This is, boy, you got to go watch the video, the new moon video. And it's just not new moon, it's about the planets. So 5 of Wands, definitely talking and standing up for a lot of what you believe in. The 8 of Cups, more for your heart. The Queen of Cups in the center, really paying attention to that intuition that you have that is trying to help you make your decisions in a wiser manner. Okay, and looking in the mirror and saying, you know what? For the Leos, it was about intentions. They weren't giving good intentions. They were basically saying they were going to do something and they didn't do it, and then all of a sudden your intentions were shattered because now you've hurt somebody by not showing up when you said you were going to show up. So paying attention to your words of what you're telling yourself, paying attention to what you're listening to, who you're listening to, that kind of a thing, because this is your vibrations. When you look in the mirror, it's like, okay, we tell our kids and we tell people, you know, you are who you hang out with. That is almost very true, because when you look at somebody and they're very destructive in their life, they live a toxic life, and maybe you don't start out that way, but you know what? They sort of rub off on you because you're hanging around that type of environment. Those are energies that you begin to absorb. So be really careful who you hang out with, okay? Because somebody definitely is hanging out with the wrong crowd, or it's not as healthy as it should be for someone. They're looking more at the low vibrational, the negative side, and then the positive side. Okay, definitely somebody who's doing that. This is also too your decisions and trying to control a situation. You look at that your way is always the best way, and it's sometimes not the best way, because everybody is a different individual. As we're growing up in kids, yeah, parents have control because they have the money, they have the authority, they have everything that they need to do to be successful in life. And as kids grow up, we try to learn those habits. Sometimes they're not good parenting habits. And so we end up fighting ourselves. We end up fighting ourselves. And then we grow up trying to control things because we didn't have control when we were little. So that is really a huge thing. Okay. So we do have the Nine of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles here too. And the Six of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles means that there has been a lot of hard work. You're trying to better yourself. You're trying to help yourself. You're trying to understand yourself. You're trying to release some of that control. And then the Six of Pentacles is your challenge card. And that's the last card of your deck. So here's the thing. Your first card is your Emperor, and the Six of Pentacles is your last card of this spread. And the reason why it's your challenge card is the Six of Pentacles is about give and take. You don't like to release control, let's say. And the thing is, with give and take, we have to release control, because when we release control, then we allow somebody to grow. We allow somebody to spread their wings. We allow them to be their own individual person. We allow their authentic self to come out. So your challenge is to release and let somebody be who they were born to be and deserve to be, and the authentic self. This is going to be the hardest for you because that's your future card. Go with the flow. It's very uncomfortable, isn't it? But you can do it. You can do it. You need to take less control, especially with our kids as they get older. You know, we teach our kids, okay, you need to sort of be on your own or do things on your own. And we need to just be available for them, not do everything for them or be a helicopter parent. We don't want to do that to our kids. Unfortunately, I did that at my daughter's very young age because my mother was never there. She was working as a nurse. She owned her own business. Sorry, I'm just looking at these cards. And so definitely she was not there. So, okay, so we have the Hangman in reverse. And unfortunately, the Devil card showed up. Unfortunately, but good. Every time I see the Devil card, everybody's like, oh my gosh, really? The Devil card? But the thing is, it's a release. Because if you begin to look in the mirror and notice that you're taking control and you're trying to be too controlling, or you're making decisions for other people and trying to, you know, run their life in the way that they want to. Now, this could be you. This could be somebody coming to you that is like that. This is sort of a time for them to wake up and reevaluate, because when you have the Hangman in reverse, they're not paying attention to anything outside themselves other than themselves, because the Hangman's about looking at the spiritually, the big picture. Okay, and spiritually, selflessness is what the divine wants. But with the Devil card, that's going to be a struggle, because somebody's going to want to just go back to their old ways, because that's what the devil card does, keeps you bound to an old, unhealthy, destructive way. All right. But this is where you have the wisdom in the very beginning. You have the emperor in the beginning. So there is some wisdom there. There is an authoritative person. There is your intuition in the center where you're going to pay attention to. This is something that you really need to begin to focus in on. I wish this third eye card would have came up, looking beyond would have came up, because we really, when we look in the mirror, a lot of the times people begin to beat themselves up and bash themselves because of the negative shadow side that keeps coming up and keeps looping in our brain. And that's a thing that we need to sort of keep squishing all the time. We have to keep fighting that all the time, because this guy's in us as well. We have low vibrations and that kind of a thing in us as well. All right. Oh, wow. Power couple. This doesn't come up very often. We have the King of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. What does that mean? Massive truth, being honest with yourself, being true to yourself, loving yourself, making sure that you're being your authentic you. And that is also making sure that you are sharing your story that is true, not blowing it up, not expanding it to what it's really not, like a novel. It's like saying, here's the facts, here's what it is. And then we have the Knight of Cups in leaving the situation, because the thing is about storytelling, it takes courage, it takes a lot of giving of yourself, being vulnerable of yourself, losing control. Again, we're back to that person who's controlling. We've got two energies here. The person who's controlling, giving release of some of that control, sort of like, when you're riding a horse, let the reins out. People just want to hold the reins in and keep control. No, if you actually learn how to ride a horse, you release control of the reins because you use your legs. And you don't use your legs to control that animal. You just move that animal the way that you want. So when you hear release the reins, it means give a little bit of control to the horse. Give a little bit of control to that other person so that they can be independent, they can grow, they can be authentic, they can be their own individual, because you're squishing them. Because you've got the truth twice here. Okay, and then you've got the Hangman in reverse. Okay, and you're fighting yourself. You're just fighting yourself. But this is your center card, Queen of Cups. Okay, Queen of Cups is pay attention to that intuition. Really look at yourself in the mirror and just say, hey, what is it that, am I really controlling? Am I really trying to, or am I just being available to them? Because as we get older, we grow a lot of knowledge. We have a lot of things in us. There's your current energy. We have a lot of things in us that we can show and grow and tell our story and be vulnerable and that kind of thing. But we don't want to take control of somebody saying, you should do this or you should do that. You should just say, hey, I'm available if you need me. I can always give you some tools and tips, but it's your life, your journey. You need to go the way that you need to go, because my journey might be completely different. Even if it's the same scenario, you might want to go this way and I went this way. Okay. So really releasing some of that control. It's hard work, definitely. It's also hard work to release negative energies and negative people around you, negative jobs. There is pentacles in here. It could be a job. Definitely paying attention to all that. Oh, wow, what a beautiful card. I don't think I've seen this one before. So I'm going to go to love and relationships next. Oops. This could be you're single. This could be that you're headed toward a relationship, because loving yourself is the number one thing anyway. Okay. Loving yourself, and then you begin to love others. And that's so cliche. Didn't you get sick of hearing that? But it's actually very true. Because if you don't know yourself, how can you love yourself? And if you're not being your authentic you, being the person that is screaming to get out because you were born and raised a certain way and they wanted you to be that way, but that's not the way that you want to be, then your inside spirit and soul is screaming to get out. How do I know? I was that way for almost 52 years, being somebody I really wasn't. Okay. So, and that's meaning my spirituality and my gifts, I kept them hidden and I didn't share them until Divine said, I'm sick and tired of this. Now I'm going to scream in your ear because I have hearing audio abilities. Scream in your ear until till you release it out. And in 2018, boom, I just started. I said, I'm coming out. My daughter, I told her, I said, I can't do this anymore. Divine wants me to come out. I come out. And not coming out as being gay, but coming out with my spirituality and saying, okay, yes, I am an empath and I do hear things and I do have energies that I feel. I do clairvoyant a little bit. I am all this stuff. And I've had paranormal experiences up the yin yang. And so I finally came out, and that's how this channel actually started. Anyway, I don't know why I'm sharing that. So the winged wise ones, this is, remember, either, if you're single, this is for you to love yourself and help yourself. This is for relationships that are growing. This is for marriages that need maybe a nudge kind of a thing. So the winged wise ones is the angelic help, and it's the miraculous aid. Very beautiful card. Look at this card. So beautiful. Look at the white dove in the bottom. Peace, calm. That is something that maybe some relationship definitely needs, and that we actually have the wisdom of divine to do that. We have to look in the mirror, and we have to really look in our relationships and say, what is my part in this? And where do I need help? Which you need to go to divine first. That's the miraculous. If you believe in the angelic realm, okay, great. If you believe in the universe, universe is more frequencies. It's definitely not emotional, but you can always go there too for karmic things. It's also the number 7 about the potential that you have in this relationship and how much you have to help build it. Again, this control thing. Stop trying to control your partner. Stop trying to control maybe finding a mate. Stop trying to control all this, because when you control it, you're beginning to manipulate something. You're beginning to do it the way you want. That's more selfish. Finding out the opposite. And if you're single, release it. Say, you know what? I'm going to be content where I am. I'll let divine bring somebody in, because maybe I suck at picking people. So I let divine bring them in. But the thing is that we need that miraculous aid, and you will see miracles happen if you ask and you thank first, and you say, thank you for this relationship, but I need help in this area. Okay. Because I need to learn how to grow. That kind of a thing. I need miraculous help. I need angelic help. Show me, guide me, give me some confirmation, give me some signals that I'm on the right path. But the thing is, the number one thing, and I know it's not angelic help, but is if you find out what the other person's love is and what brings them up and happy and that kind of a thing, because that's the potential. That's the number 7 that you can do. It's going to change things immensely, because then they're going to want to make you more happy. We cannot make a person happy. They need to make themselves happy or joyful. I call it joy-filled, but a lot of people don't understand that, but joy-filled. And then you joy-filled. Then you make each other more joy-filled and more happy, all right? And have faith in your dreams. Definitely. They're going to happen. They're going to happen. If you believe in the second dimension, if you believe in the divine God, angelic realm, if you ask, you have to ask. That's what Mercury, Pluto, that's what Mars, all these planets, they're getting ready. They're slowing down. The power's getting heavier. The power's getting stronger. This is where you have to communicate. Okay? This is where you have to communicate. And a lot of people, well, I asked divine, or I asked God, and he never did anything. Did you listen? Did you really listen? He probably sent you a bunch of signals or messages or confirmation, but it wasn't what you liked, so you said he didn't. Or he didn't because it's not time. You need to wait. You need to be patient. Maybe you're not patient. He's like, okay, I got to see if I can get some patience in this person because they're not being patient and I'm trying to do the work for their better and bring this really hunk of a guy or this beautiful girl and that's a beautiful heart to them. And they're just so impatient. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do with these people down there? All right. So have faith in your dreams, have trust, and just be patient. All right. Woo, that's your reading, guys. Now, please don't forget to like that smash. And before you log off, don't forget if I can get a thousand subscribers by the end of November, we're going to do a 2-hour Q&A, and I will be giving away some tarot sessions or coaching sessions, maybe both, who knows. But the thing is, 1,000 subs by the end of November, and I definitely will reward everybody on doing that. Well, I can't say everybody, but we'll make it worth your while. All right. So hopefully this was residential to you, resonated with you. I gotta go have some more coffee because my coffee's empty. And I hope that you have a great week. I will be in Oklahoma this week. That's why I'm packing these in early and very early in the morning. I think I started at 10 today. But I will be back for the reading on the 20th and the full moon. All right. So enjoy your week. Think about the mirror, what you need to release some control of, and what you need to pay attention with your intuition of, and have an awesome week. Don't forget to walk in absolute truth and love. Bye-bye.